So, are you someone who is struggling to write copies for your targeted audience, or whenever you sit, you just ponder that how should I write? What should be the technique of writing so that I do not actually write copies, but actually it converts my clients, right? So, if you are someone who is going through this same problem, and if you're feeling agitated because of this, then keep watching this video very carefully, because in this particular video, what we are going to discuss about the technique which has been is used by copywriters for now 80 plus years. For like 8 decades it has been used by copywriters, and it is like a bible for all these copywriters. And this, what is this template, what is this framework of writing the copies which actually leads your audience to taking action, and how you actually take them from you not only write copies but you actually write copies which sells, right? So what are these words, and how do you, which framework needs to be followed, is what we are going to discuss in this particular video, right? Thing which is AIDA, right? And which is the abbreviation, and it is known as ADA copywriting template, which is a copywriting framework. And what is the abbreviation for? A stands for attention, I stands for interest, D stands for desire, and A stands for action. So ADA framework is all about attention, interest, desire, and action. First, you need to start writing off in a way which grabs attention of your audiences. Then you need to write further in such a way that it keeps the your reader intrigued. It keeps the interest of the reader ongoing. Then the third framework needs to be followed is the desire, right? So what is the desire of this person? What is the desire which this reader of yours needs to achieve, requires to achieve, is what you need to be very mindful when you are on the desire part. And finally, what action do you want from this person who is reading your copy, or for whichever mode you are writing this copy? What actual action you want? What is the end result you want out of this copy? So is it like they need to click on the button for and register for the workshop, or is it like they straight away had to buy a product, or is it just like you have uh, straight away a payment page there at the end? So what call to action button is there is needs to be mentioned under the action part. So let me just take you ahead. So under the attention part, you need to grab the eyeballs of your customers, right? So what is attention? Attention is about whenever this copy is being read by your target audience, you need to grab their attention, right? They must be doing something. So you need to be very mindful about it, that what action, what how you can actually grab the attention of your reader. Then only they'll be reading it further. If you do not have a good attention seeking start of your copy, then it is of no use, because you are at the very first you are unable to grab their attention, right? So you need to buy other person's attention. You actually need to grab the eyeballs of your readers, right? So that is the first step to needs to be followed. Then under the interest part, you need to, the first 200 words has to be very engaging, and you'll actually have to make your product be likable. Under this interest part, you need to be very cautious that these are the initial words which are actually turning the reader's interest, right? So that is why you need to make them like the product, and then you have to further follow towards them, take them towards the desire, where you will be mentioning that what actually this person is having the desire. What is the desire of this person? Is it like getting more money, getting time freedom, or being running business on automation? What is the desire of this person, right? So explain how this product can actually take them from their current situation to the desired situation and the desired part, where, and how this product of yours can actually solve their problem where they are stuck, right? So that is exactly what you need to mention under the desired part. And the final thing is action. What action do you actually want your reader to take, right? So we already discussed what action plan needs to be done. Now CTA over here, you see mentioned over here, is the call to action button, right? So, what call to action do you want from this reader? What is the motive of writing this copy? Is what needs to be mentioned under the action part, right? So, we have already discussed the framework of ADA copywriting, where A stands for attention, I stands for interest, D stands for desire, and A stands for action, right? But how do you implement it, right? So, I'm going to give you a quick example and a live example that how you can actually implement it, right? So, let me just open my docs, which is, so let me just open my doc, and I'll mention the model over here. And I'll show you how you can actually implement this framework whenever you are writing a copy, right? So the first is attention, interest, desire, and then action, right? So under the attention part, how do you grab the attention of your reader? So under the attention part, what exactly I want my reader to do is firstly, let's say I'm a business automation expert, so I'm taking example for the same audience, right? So it is again an example. You can choose your audience and write it accordingly, right? So again, here is an example, and for attention, I'm gonna write, are you tired of taking task updates from your team members? Now that is something, uh, that this will be grabbing the attention of my target audience, who are the business owners, right? My target audience are business owners, and the attention which I am grabbing by writing this copy is that, are you really tired of taking task updates from your team members, right? So that is the eyeball grabbing action I have written over here. Now, what is the interest? Under the interest part, I'm going to write, um, let's say, I've after consulting more than 8,000 business individuals. Now again, these are examples, right? Basis on my target audience. After consulting more than 8,000 business individuals, one common factor I have seen is that they are running after their team members every hour to get the task updates, right? So this is the interest, right? Attention, then what is the interest of this person is, I've taken follow-ups like for more than 8,000 business individuals, but one common pattern I've seen is that they are still running after their team members to take the task updates, right? That is the interest. That is again under the interest part, you are still keeping the person engaged. You're still keeping the person uh, on the engage part, because interest and the attention is the initial few words which will keep your target audience on loop, and it will keep the interest of your audience going, because this is the first initial things which needs to be very, you need to be very careful, very cautious about it, because if you lose the interest in this first two paras, you are not going to lose the you're not going to take it further, right? So you have to be very cautious in the first two paras, right? So that is exactly what I've done in front of you. Now the next part is desire, right? So under the desired part, I'm going to write, um, what is the desire of this person who is just fed up of right of taking follow-ups with his team member, with from her his or her team members, right? So what could be the desire? The desire is obvious, to actually make the team accountable to themselves, and not actually he runs after the team members to for the task updates, right? So what is the desire is, do you want to automate the task updates and increase the accountability of your team members? That is again the desired situation, right? So where does this person needs to go? And one more thing you can add over here is that, the business can be run on autopilot mode only if you automate the this main process of your organization, right? So again, I'm just increasing the gap, right, from the desired situation to the current situation, right? Again, the final part is the action plan. So what is the action needs to be taken? So is it like I want them to join my workshop, or is it like I'm straight away sending or an Excel template which can actually have the all the task updates at one place? So what is the action I want them? In this particular example, I'm gonna keep it like I want them to join my workshop, right? So I'm gonna take the here I'm the final action which I want them after reading this whole thing is that I want them to join my workshop. So here uh, the action plan is going to be mm, if you want to automate the task update process, then click on the button below and register for the no coding and no paid software used workshop happening on um, 8th Jan 2023, 7 p.m. Right? As simple as that. So here we easily followed the ADA model, and this is a framework which all the copywriters have been following, and this is how you can keep whenever you said for writing a copy, this particular model framework just write attention, interest, desire, and action, and mm, use this framework for writing the copies without using any brains, and this has been working for like 8 decades by now, and you can follow this as your Bible as well as the copywriters are following. So this is as simple as that. And try this framework and see your conversions go up. Whether you are writing for any ad copy, or you're writing for any cold email, or you're writing uh, for your post copy, doesn't matter. Follow this framework and you'll see everything shooting up just like that. Just this is a no-brainer framework. Just follow it and you're gonna see the change in it, right? So this is what about it in this particular video. And if you found value in this particular video, then do share, like, and comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.
Oh, by the way, if this video has provided value to you, then don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon below. And let us know in the comment box below what topics you would like to see in future so we can come up with the same. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.